I have made it to Syracuse. It is a rainy Wednesday morning, but we are in Syracuse. I have a few hours here. So I'm going to start the Salvation Army. There's supposed to be an antiques place like right across the street. I didn't see it yet, but I want to at least hit one antique store while I'm here and a Thrifty Shopper up in North Syracuse. So let's get started, see what we find. Okay, starting out in the yellow section of the Salvation Army, they had this cornucopia, Horn of Plenty. This is a hobbyist piece. It didn't have a price on it, but it's by Atlantic Mold, and there are several listed online. And then this was another hobbyist piece. It looked crude, which I have been fooled by before. So I did want to take a second look at it and just make sure it wasn't something more important. And then a nice little red glass bud vase, but when I turned it over, is Avon. So not going to be worth a lot. I think one day there will be a better market for Avon. And a couple little ceramic cruets here. I didn't recognize the pattern, but they wanted $6 a piece for them, so I didn't think there was much room for resale. I came across this Royal Worcester casserole. This is their Evesham or Evesham pattern. You get $20-$30 for these, but this one was in pretty rough shape. You can see all the utensil scratches inside. And up here was this nice green and white picture, hand-painted, unmarked, but this is the kind of thing that can go with a bunch of tablescapes and seasonal decors, and just, you know, it's a versatile piece. So that was a nice one. And then I found all this money, and I was like, cool, now I can go home. I'll just put all this money together, and everything will be fine, and I'll pay some bills. It'll all be great. They are marked TP on the bottom, but I'm not sure if these are German or Japan. If anybody out there knows and wants to put it in the comments, that would be great. And this Italian pottery platter with the calla lilies caught my eye. Not like necessarily my style, but it was eye-catching, that I didn't want to completely ignore. It had a decent price on there. I think it was $3.99. And I just wanted to check it over because it felt like the kind of pottery that would have a lot of chipping, but I didn't find much. Crazy. This is over at the antique store, and that was a beautiful art glass cane that with a snake head on it. It was so cool. And then I found this, and I was so bummed that his little antennae were broke. This is from Casa Manos Alegres, and they are down in Texas, and they have a lot of folk art. This, I think, is more one of their vintage pieces, but it was really cool. I was bummed it was broken. Going through the glassware here, everything was really at retail. Some of it was a little bit more than retail, so I was going to have a hard time finding things to resell on eBay. But it was still, you know, fun just to look around. I mean, you can see they had some really high-end stuff there that I wouldn't go for. I would never try to fit that in my car. My God. This was my favorite thing in the store, obviously, because I love horses. I did find a little bit more art glass. I think that was, I forget what the price was on that, but I wasn't interested in it. It was too big to ship. This beautiful cut to clear covered dish with the underplate was gorgeous. I think he wanted like $600 or $700 for it, though. He had a really nice collection of paperweights. Everything, again, was at retail. There was nothing really, like, over the top that I was like, wow. I did put the phone down and go through everything a little bit, and I did some looking up and research because I'm not that versed on paperweights, but I wanted to, you know, double check. And then just a quick gander around the store to show you guys some of the things he has and that are mass-produced. All right, well, I'm at the Thrifty Shopper in Solvay, New York. This is on the west side of Syracuse. I was going to go to the one up in North Syracuse, but I've never been to this one before. So I figured it was a few minutes closer to the antique store that I was just in, and we'll go see now what they have here. Okay. And starting over here in the vase section, I did not find anything over here. There was a lot of Teleflora and FTD. Nothing really too unique or spectacular. Very run-of-the-mill. For the size hard goods section this store has, I was actually kind of bummed that I wasn't finding more. This was like the most tempting thing I found. I was like, wow, a whole package of legal pads, just a few bucks. And I decided to put it back. I was trying to stay focused. I found this, and I was like very stumped about what this was, and I feel like I was being had. But I couldn't leave it behind. I think it was 99 cents or $1.99. I had to take it with me, figure it out. Over here was a piece of Anchor Hocking Manhattan. This was a 1930s, 40s pattern. It's pretty cool, but there's a ton of it listed. Maybe $10 for that piece. Just checking over the plates and dishes. There wasn't really anything over here. This is Gladstone bone china. I did try to find out the pattern on it, but I was not able to get an identification. There's a little red tray down here, and I do wish this was in better condition. It was kind of striking, but it was very scratched up and scuffed up, and there was no mark on the back, so I wasn't sure really if I should go for it. And then these just say fine bone china, made in England. I also did try to look these up and couldn't find them. They were pretty, and they only wanted 99 cents a piece. The only thing was that gold was worn on the rim. And then down here, I was like, ooh, what's this glass? And I had to put the phone down only to dig it out and find out it was plastic. I did think it was something more. And then I found this really funny Franken lamp. I'm like looking at the pieces as individuals. I was like, something, I mean, it kind of comes across vintage. It's got this old cord on it, but the stem inside of it was like a shiny, bright brass. And then when I turned it up on its end, I was like, that's an ashtray. So I left that one behind for today. So here's all I managed to find in Syracuse. These 4 items. I just found this little iridescent whale paperweight. I paid $15 for it, and I will probably list it for maybe 20 or 25. I thought it was something a little more special, but I found out it's not, of course, after the fact. There was this piece that I found, which was puzzling me in the store, but I've since realized what it is. This is actually a painted glass, mass-produced vase that has this marbleized paint effect on it, but somebody has slumped it. So I don't know if it broke at some point or somebody just thought it'd be fun to slump. I don't know if they intended to have a cup here, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this. I paid, what, 99 cents for it. It's an interesting piece. I guess it could be a soap dish. I'm not sure. And then this nice Italian pottery platter. I paid, what was it, $3.99 on that. And I'll probably list this maybe around $20, $25, something. Yeah, nothing too crazy here. And then I did pick this up just because this is a versatile piece of pottery. Like I said, it could go with a bunch of different tablescapes and decors. So $2.99 on that. And that was about it. So since I don't have a bunch to go over with you guys, obviously, I thought I would ask for your help with something. I have a piece and I don't know what it is. And I'm hoping somebody can identify it for me. It's a little dirty because it's been sitting in my barn. But it is this thing. I don't even remember at this point where I found it. It might have been Thrifty Shopper. But it's porcelain or ceramic. And it's got these holes in it. It's got a hole in the top, a little bit of a chip right there. But I grabbed it with the chip just because it was so interesting. And this is all hand painted. And then this is what it looks like on the bottom. So I'm not really sure what this is. And if somebody out there could give me a hand with it, that would be excellent. I have seen one other listed, and that person didn't know what it was either. She put it as a vase or a candle holder. So let's see if anybody out there knows. And that is it for this video, guys. Until next time, if you're just watching for the first time, again, I'm Liz, and this is yesterday's Braid, and I will see you guys soon.